Can you hear it? Welcome to Relay.
We're live from the deepest,
Hello.
darkest depths of Delamar comes a sordid tale of shiver, murderous Heremus, cataclysmic Nakara, 4 men, a dream, a game. It's the Relay Station. Hello.
Hi.
How's
I
everyone
watched
doing?
that movie.
You'd watch that movie?
Yeah.
It's actually from an Arrogant Worms song. From the deepest, darkest depths of Whitby comes this sordid tale of speed, murderous mayhem, cataclysmic combustion, 1 man, a car, a 1987 Plymouth Horizon.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, it's... Thank you.
Play that video game.
Yeah. There's actually a video game sort of like that. I don't remember what it's called, but the entire point of it is you've got a like an old Russian car and you're on a road. Jalopy, yes. Thank you, Shiver. Jalopy.
That's right, I've got it.
It always looked interesting. You got a car and you got to try and keep it together as you cross Russia.
It's the most Russian game ever.
The most Russian game ever.
The only way it could be more Russian is if you get pulled over for road rage halfway through and just have a fight with someone randomly.
I mean, I'm now slightly disappointed. I thought that was part of the game.
No people in it.
Okay, Shiver, you suck.
What? Why?
Because
You've got to buy me dinner first.
he's gonna. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. No, he told me about a game, and now I need to buy the game.
Jalopy?
No,
Traveler's
Traveler's Rest.
Rest. It's so good.
Oh, okay. Heremus, it's been a while since you were last on. How's it going?
No, lots of work. Fuck it. I'm living my dream. Actually, it's
Nice.
good work. So, yeah, but I'm occupied. So I'm feeling I have to get into the rhythm of 8 hours a week, every day. So
Sometimes that sucks, but sometimes it's good to like. I'm actually on 2 weeks of vacation now. I've finished my first week of vacation, and I'm sitting here like,
Play games.
I don't want to play any games.
You should anyway.
I've been playing Avengers because it's the only game I want to play, and it's fantastic. But I also just want to finish building my computer, but I can't because Nvidia are assholes.
Yeah.
I started Witcher 3, and fuck,
Ooh.
it takes my life away.
It's so good.
It's pretty good, but I love my style. Buying a hot ass rig, and then playing
5-year-old
Really
game.
old games. Yeah.
aged years, fucking old games on it.
Well, actually, I mean, we should say this for Tuesday, but I want to say the Shiver's like, that's an old game. I'm sitting here thinking about Commander Keen on MS DOS.
Oh, was a good game.
It was a
I
great
was
game.
thinking about Rampage
game.
on the Amstrad 464 that was loaded through a tape, a cassette tape.
Well, Shiver, not all of us grew up during the Inquisition. Sorry.
As I have to
didn't
say,
expect
part
that.
of my time I play old adventures still, so
I can't
They
get into
are
old adventures, but
awesome.
I want to say the system requirements for Cyberpunk came out like yesterday during their Night City Wire.
Awesome.
and the minimum requirements are like
A toaster.
literally something you might have built a decade ago.
That's good.
It's
Word of-
I am incredibly
Yeah.
impressed by their minimum requirements.
The Warcraft 3 was just such a game. It ran everywhere.
Mhm.
Everyone could play Warcraft 3, and
Mm-hmm.
even on my mother's PC, I could play it, and it helped a lot. Also,
Yeah.
Blizzard's always been really good at that. Actually,
That just
their
means
games
it's a console
run on
port.
everything.
I know it's a console port and it can go from really simple all the way up, but it's still really nice to see such low requirements, because if you look at something like Avengers, which is a console port, it doesn't have that low requirement on PC. It still has a good PC requirement. Most
Just means
games
it's a bad console port.
yeah, there are two sides to console ports. One side is it runs even on very old machines. That's pretty good.
The other side is it's horribly optimized.
Uh, the other side, which I really hate, is that you can control them with a stick, and this is primitive,
yeah,
to be
And then
honest.
there's GTA 4 console port that still says, please do not turn off your Xbox while saving and you're on a PC.
I mean, their CD Projekt are working now on porting.
PSP for respects.
They're working on porting The Witcher 3 to the Switch.
Yes.
Can you imagine
Haven't
if
they
they
already
were
done that?
no
No. Okay.
or
I thought that already came out.
I didn't think so. I don't remember. But can you imagine if they got Cyberpunk to work on the Switch because the requirements
awesome.
are so low? Anyway, that is neither here nor there. I just thought it was really impressive.
CD Projekt Red put out The Witcher 3 for the Switch on October 15th of 2019.
Oh, okay. There you go. Never mind.
Oh, so it's a really old game now.
Almost older than Shiver.
But I have to say I'm really hyped for Cyberpunk. I was also a little bit hyped for Anthem, but I thought, hey, I wait until it's out and I hear the first voices. But Cyberpunk, I think I may buy it when it comes out. So I don't
How
pre-order
hyped
it, but
How hyped are you on a scale of 0 to 2077?
2,950.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Right off the scale.
Star Citizen
By the way,
hyped, I want to
Shiver,
say.
nice hat.
I think it's fucking ugly, but yeah.
I mean, it's kind of if I want to tie this into Star Citizen, which we probably should, I find well, no, I want to say I find Cyberpunk's really low requirements really interesting because it looks really good, but like it looks really good at the level they're showing it at, right? Which is not the low
What we
end.
get.
I want to see what it looks like at those minimum requirements, and also, well, and
I want
something,
some game. I'm sure some game
What we
might have
saw
done
from
this.
Anthem, for example, was just ridiculous good.
I
what we
really
got
liked Anthem.
is-
I would
Is-
I would like to remind everyone that when Witcher 3 was previewed and shown off at E3, it looked phenomenal. It looked amazing. And then it
Yeah.
came out, and they were like, yeah, we had to take out a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
we showed off graphically. Just saying.
Yep.
Well, except they keep showing us gameplay and it's only 2 months to release. That was like 2 or 3 years before it came out. They showed The Witcher 3. And then they released it and it wasn't as good. I would
What
assume
made-
they have learned.
What made me so confident in Cyberpunk is that the whole marketing campaigns all went off So they have already the anime book, they have already series book, they have already booked things years in advance.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting to see. Um,
If
yeah,
nothing else, people have a lot of stuff to immerse themselves in.
Well,
Yeah.
and if nothing else, like this Cyberpunk has so much hype that it is going to sell really well no matter
Oh, yeah.
what. So even
Yep.
if it launches and it's not quite what everyone's expecting, or it launches and it's buggy, or like they've already said that it's going to get tons of free DLC after the fact. So I'm not afraid of it being a product that launches and dies out.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
It's going to launch to just ridiculously stupid numbers, regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's cool?
What?
I've been having a few nostalgia moments today. I remember when you could actually.
Shiver calls those seniors moments.
Oh, okay.
All those memories.
I have memories of not being able to get a game because there weren't any copies left. And I'm like, man, it's so much nicer. So I was like, wow, for just a fraction of a second, my old brain was like, wow, I wonder if CD Projekt Red might actually run out of copies. And I'm like, wait a second, that doesn't happen anymore.
Look, Morrowind. When Morrowind launched,
Graphic cards today.
when Morrowind launched on the PC, I went to 5 different stores. I went to Microplay, Future Shop, Walmart, Best Buy, Blockbuster, and finally found it at Staples Business Depot.
I always love buying games at the weirdest places like that. Yeah.
Staples Business Depot was the only store that had a copy of Morrowind on the PC.
Because no one thought to go buy it at Staples.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm really glad that we don't have those
Yeah, no, it's nice.
days anymore, though I do miss my wall-to-wall collection of game cases. But
I still have lots of mine. I should probably get rid of them. I don't have a very big house.
It's like TTRPGs. Sure, you can buy the complete collection of TTRPGs in a digital format. Read them on your PC, read them on your tablet. But you still want the physical fucking book for some reason.
Yeah, I know.
I hate, so like 3 months before pandemic hit, me and some friends started up a D&D campaign. So it was myself who's played, and another friend who's played, and then 2 others who'd never played D&D before, right? And I bought some of the pre-made campaigns to sort of ease them in and figure out, and if we continued, I wanted to buy the full suite of books just because I want to have them. And then COVID hit, and we haven't done any D&D since, and I've got no excuse to buy them, so I haven't yet, but I want to. Okay, I guess we should. It is. It's tragic. I really miss D&D. I like D&D. We should probably switch over to Star Citizen here for a second, I guess. Or I guess. Look. What
I love this topic.
do you know what I really want to talk about today? I want to
What's
talk today about scalpers and how people who buy graphics cards
completely and utterly not related to Star
and how
Citizen.
people who buy graphics cards in order to sell them on eBay should themselves actually be scalped. Like, have their hair removed from their heads with very dull stones.
I didn't
Now I
do
know
it.
what scalpers are.
Yeah, I know you didn't do it. You didn't get one either.
Oh, it may be 3 months for me.
My
sex tape.
I do like the people bidding like tons, like people are basically bought them to sell them, and now people are on eBay like bidding massive, outrageous amounts to get them all taken down. And
now you have a reason to like AMD, because AMD won't have these problems because they went to a proper silicon wafer manufacturer, not some shit ass bastards like Samsung.
Samsung is the best choice.
shiver,
Which means
shiver.
all these people who bought these billions of cards scalped or whatever,
Shiver.
now they're going to be fucked because people are going to buy AMD cards, which are
Shiver.
almost as good as the 3080 but cheaper, and all the scalpers will be like, oh fuck, I'm sick.
Shiver. AMD won't have these problems because AMD isn't as good, and therefore no one likes AMD. AMD don't have this problem.
Ryzen 3950X right here.
Their
It's
graphics
David
cards.
has one sitting
Graphics
beside him
cards.
too.
I've got a 3800X beside or in the other room. No one buys AMD GPUs. Therefore, they don't have a supply issue.
This is the exact argument you had about AMD CPUs a couple years ago.
Yeah,
You're like,
and then
"They're
Intel
fucking
decided
garbage."
to shark the bed. Okay. Look, just because AMD sucks.
Aren't you the same person? Aren't you the same person who said, "Oh, the new consoles are so amazing, great"? You know
Me?
what GPU they run, right?
Me? No, I have not said that.
He's not getting a console. He wants all the console games to come to PC.
I have not said. I mean, the consoles look like they're going to have good games. I don't understand why you'd buy them one over a PC. I still think that they are ugly and restrictive and crap. So
Because they've got a niche. They've got a niche. You want to just sit on a couch, drink a couple
Play
of
games.
beers, put your feet up, and just stare.
and
Whereas
there's
PC,
something I
it's
know,
far
and I
more
get that. I
refined. You
get
need
that there's a lot of
decent
Shiver. I get that there are a lot of really simple people out there, sort of like almost a modern day Neanderthal, that can sit in a couch, laid back, lazy, and suck at video games, which is why they're playing it on a console. But I can't do that. I can't sit on a couch and play with a controller because I have skill and intelligence and integrity.
By the way, folks, if anybody's wondering, what I did most of the time when I visit David is play games on his couch. Anyway.
Okay.
What I have to say is the skill part is very, very interesting because I like my mouse and my keyboard and all the peripherals which I have. A console, this thing, it's not mine.
Look.
Maybe I'm just not used to it. That I had a PlayStation 3. I had actually several PlayStations, but no,
I have one.
It's primitive for me.
I have it is too. I've got one though because some games are better with it.
That's
So
true.
I do have one sitting right
Well, some
here,
games are
but-
made for it.
I have to
Yeah.
I have to admit some games are just to relax.
Yeah.
But games like Star Citizen, Freelancer, and
Yeah.
so on.
You know
Speaking
what's a
of
weird game for
You
that?
want your shortcuts.
I've played a lot of Rocket League on PC and on Xbox. I don't really know why. It seems one of the few games I've actually played on both a lot.
Speaking of Star Citizen, we should probably
Star Citizen.
we should
I
probably
We're now 18
on
minutes
the
into the
Super
show.
Nintendo.
And we've mentioned Star Citizen for 8 seconds.
look.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our
That-
welcome to the Relay Station, our Star Citizen podcast.
And now we're going to
Um,
talk about Star Citizen. Look, it's up on
I
screen.
really like. Well, we already know AMD's good with graphics. Did you see? You could see the beam from the mining laser through the crystal. Anyway, that was pretty cool.
I mean,
I
We
just
all
see
know that
right
Star
now
Citizen has-
personal inventory.
I know that Star Citizen has always been really good with graphics, and that's why it's never run on AMD graphics cards. It only runs on NVIDIA.
Runs on my graphics card. I sure as hell ain't running no green crap.
You will.
Are you
Inventory
Linux
management is
user, or
good.
Why are you saying that?
Inventory management is good.
Yeah,
I kind of like that it's showing us. They've shown us a couple times the like auto reconfiguring storage container solution, and
Yep.
it's gonna do sort of the same thing in the inventory, which is nice.
Here it is right here.
Yeah.
What I was wondering, uh, it's a little bit off topic, but not too off topic. How do they make those
On this
3D
podcast?
objects blue and
Off topic.
On this podcast?
We've never gone
We're
off
never off
topic
topic.
before, Heremus. How dare you?
yeah? But how do they this 3D elements? How do they do that in bluish? I don't think they make a drawing for each part like they
No,
do in other video games. I
they-
believe.
So they actually mentioned in the episode it's a shader.
Okay.
It's just a shader, so it just replaces the texture of the 3D object with a holographic shader.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
cool because they can do that to everything.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's good,
That's-
actually.
that's really good. So you can pick up what you want. It will be shaded.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They did say that they were looking to do some work on their holographic shader because they're saying some items don't look very good. Some items look great, and some other items don't look very good. So they're trying to make some refinements to it.
I mean, it's gonna have to be a like automate it to do everything, and then have someone look through and confirm that they look good, and send ones that don't to get manually done, probably. But
Or just refine the shader more.
yeah,
It depends. It depends what they see when they try and fix it. But also, the rock is cool. I like it.
it's yeah. There,
What I like about
go-
Star Citizen now is it becomes a game.
Yep.
More and more.
Yeah.
Every quarter it becomes more and more a game, and I invested now over every year, which I'm back since 2012. At least 6 hours upwards. So first, 6 hours playing the game, also with 1.0.
right.
Then 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. I'm coming up to Witcher 3 numbers. Even though I'm in the last month I invested a ton of hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Shiver,
yeah.
you were bouncing on the edge of your seat.
I have a totally off-topic request for Tofu.
Oh.
Can you say that sentence I just put in the chat, please?
Can you direct me to the Navy base in Alameda? It's where they keep the nuclear vessels.
Close enough, thanks.
Shiver does this constantly.
He got it.
I didn't
My
get
only
it.
back got it.
Oh,
Yay.
It's a reference, right? It's some kind of reference?
Star Trek.
Very much so. Yes.
It's
Oh,
to
boy.
what's his name? Chekhov.
Yeah. Yeah, good enough.
Okay, well, good.
You want the German dialect, so I should play the German game, huh? Can you direct me to the Navy base in Alameda? It's where they keep the nuclear vessels. Better?
It's nuclear vessels.
The nuclear vessels.
Vessels.
No. Okay, back to Star Citizen now, shall we?
So
Yeah, sorry, carry on.
the one thing, so this is something that's actually bothered me about Star Citizen for a while, to be honest, and there's a really brief clip of it in this clip. It's when he's mining and it breaks and the resources scatter on the ground, and then you have to look down and you have to click pick up, click, pick up, click, pick up, click, pick up. That's not fun, guys.
They've already addressed that.
Have they?
Yeah, they're like, that sucks. We're gonna do it better.
Good. Because that's
It's just
not fun.
It's all they have. It's all they have right now.
Okay, as long as they're gonna fix that, because
Basically, the way they're going to do it is they're going to have a default action for the key. So when you just hit the key, it will automatically pick it up. And then you can long press if you want to do something else.
So there's still a problem with that. Yeah, okay, I remember that. There's still a problem with that though, and it's less for mining and more for. Shiver has just destroyed Heremus's cargo vessel. Heremus was running a caterpillar, transporting a full caterpillar's stock worth of goods, and Shiver has knocked out the caterpillar.
All
And
those hookers died.
well, no, they haven't died yet. But you know when they're gonna die? As Shiver has to manually, hand by hand, pick up each one and carry it individually over to his ship.
David, the caterpillar has a tractor beam for this exact purpose.
Caterpillar does, but
Yes.
does Shiver's ship have one?
He just said it was a caterpillar. Oh
No.
he killed a caterpillar.
He killed a
Okay.
caterpillar.
And
Okay.
Shiver is
Well, then if
very
Shiver's
cheap
ship doesn't have a tractor beam, then he's
But-
going to either need to buy a better ship.
But
or
can
he's
but
gonna
can
have to go
Shiver's
get the
but
stuff.
can no, here's my question though. Can Shiver's ship tractor beam stuff out of the interior of the caterpillar?
You can open the
Objection,
door.
Your Honor.
Yes, Shiver?
That's literally the point of ships being dedicated to a role. If I'm going to blow up a caterpillar, assuming I'm going to try and blow up a caterpillar, I'm going to need a ship that's dedicated to combat. It would
Yes.
be therefore very fucking stupid of me to not have someone or my own salvage ship that's dedicated to picking up the shit that's been dropped by
But
the
can-
said thing,
but will
which
the
is literally
tractor
the point
beam-
of the career system?
But will the
That's a very good
tractor
point.
beam be able to grab stuff from inside the intact caterpillar that you just took out the cockpit of? The rest
No,
of
you'd
the
have to
ship
go
is
over and
intact.
open the doors.
Yeah.
I hope
mean-
that will work. That's all.
There obviously I would like it if the physics worked for you to be able to pull stuff out of the hold once you open the doors
Yes.
on the caterpillar. I mean, if it doesn't, that will suck.
That
But
yeah. I don't want to have to last year or the year before, Chris was like, yeah, if you want to load cargo, you have to walk each individual cargo box to your ship. And I don't want that.
Yeah, but everyone knew that that's not gonna happen.
no, it's not good gameplay. This is one of many things where I say this a lot, but it will be balanced in beta. How long it takes you after you kill a ship to loot it, because they want it to take a while, but they don't want it to take so long that it's impossible to do before you get caught.
And to be
So-
honest, some things have to be a pain in the ass. Because
I am
otherwise
okay
you
with
don't have-
looting a Hull E being a pain in the ass.
How
Right?
the fuck do you do
I,
that?
I actually demand that there is some auto loading mechanism for a Holly, and it takes at least 5 to 10 minutes until
Yes.
this mechanism is complete.
They've said
So-
they have said that will like when you dock a hull at a space station and fill it up, it will take time to load.
Yeah, quite a while. Yeah. Which honestly just makes sense.
It makes
It's
sense.
enormous.
Thing is, for a Hull E, I want you to be able to kill the Hull E, but then you better radio your 20 or 30 closest friends to all show up to help loot it. And I'm fine with that. But I
You know
don't
what?
want
I
you...
actually expect a lot of people to board these ships instead, because it's like, well, what's easier, killing the Hull E and then trying to loot it, or just taking the Hull E from the person and flying away with it?
or
But then that's
destroying
gonna
it.
present its own conundrums as well, because if you steal the Hull E, it's going to be known that you've stolen it, and then you've got to figure out where you've got to take it, probably fire at space so it's not picked up by the advocacy and things like that. Whereas if you just take the cargo, you've got much easier job of just hiding the cargo. So it's kind of, it adds that more interesting bit of gameplay decision, doesn't it? To piracy.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of factors you have to consider. Do I really want to attack this ship?
Yep. But I
Or
like
am I
those
biting,
factors.
or am I biting off more than I can chew here?
While we are at it, I'm really excited for the cargo dynamics which they plan for the game, because cargo is going to be a huge part of the game.
Like
Because-
underpinning the whole game, yeah.
Yeah, and those new cargo decks, the pictures last week were amazing, where you saw that you are such a small person to the amount of cargo which there is, and
It's
that makes
those
me-
it's those exact pictures that bring me that fear of me showing up into this giant cargo bay of this ship that I just destroyed and being like, you know what? I'm just gonna go play something else. You know? That's my worry.
yeah, it's interesting how deep we can go. I see. Also, I was thinking, whoa, that becomes an expanse moment where I got that kind of immersed that I think, okay, that amount of cargo, that's realistic. So, it's maybe
But
a
even
pain
the
in
Expanse,
ass.
like the Expanse is really neat because it's so realistic. But it's also not 800 hours of staring at the screen as they transit from one location to the other, right?
Yeah, it is.
I've
You
heard
just
the
don't
books
ever
are pretty
get
much
to
that way.
experience it. They're like
No, but it's not live,
I'm
right?
actually,
You're not forced to sit there and watch as they travel
the
for...
characters are.
They are, but we're not. We jump from
Yeah, no.
character to character, right? We jump from interesting thing to interesting thing.
It was funny because I was so two things I want to bring up because I'm actually reading The Expanse right now. It's awesome, by the way. If anybody hasn't, it's 120% worth it. Right after the destruction of the Donager and near the beginning of the thing,
Spoilers.
they're yeah, right.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It's like in the first couple episodes.
I've watched one episode of The Expanse total.
Anyway, they have to fly for 3 weeks to get to a station. Like, oh my god! But it's realistic, right? Even at like some fraction of the speed of light, it takes freaking ever.
Miami is very angry at me.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, honestly, David, the fact that you haven't watched The Expanse basically means that all other media consumption you've done in the last 2 years has been
Almost
useless.
none, to be honest. Actually, no. I've done the best of media consumption in the past couple of years. Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. If you haven't seen
Oh
that,
yeah, I've heard it's very
Was
good.
good.
it's phenomenal. No, I actually don't like The Expanse.
So,
I've tried it 3
you
times.
watched one episode.
I've tried that episode 3 times, and it doesn't stick.
Yeah,
Honestly-
that's the problem with the first episode. I didn't like the first episode as well. I liked the first 3 episodes, not, but someone forced me above those, and then it became
And it
good.
gets good. Maybe I'll try
Right.
again.
They're really good.
Right.
Then addictive. Good.
Someone gives you a slice of pizza. You
Yeah.
eat the same slice of pizza 3 times.
Yeah, because the entire pizza is Hawaiian, so I eat Hawaiian 3 times.
Anyway, I'm going to.
You like pineapple on pizza?
Shiver's like, where's that GIF, Shiver? That
They also said something else interesting in the book that you don't I don't think this line shows up in the show, but they're like, really, boarding is a very dangerous thing to do in spaceship combat, because basically it's a race between the boarders and the crew to see whether the boarders can subdue the crew before the crew hits the self-destruct button. It's like,
see,
Oh, man.
that might be in game, but in reality, like,
they're all gonna get killed anyway. So.
are they? I'm gonna take my chances that maybe they won't kill me. So I'm not gonna hit the self-destruct button, because I'm gonna think, you know what? Maybe maybe there's a chance that these are, conscientious pirates and they're going to rob us and leave us alive. Or maybe we're going to win and I'm going to live. If I hit self-destruct, then I'm dead no matter what. Right? Like, I'll take my chances.
Yeah, but at least you
however
take a bunch
slim.
of people down with you.
I
Think
don't.
about the people in space which are living there. They are on the edge anyway.
Shiver. I like
think
Star
so
Trek.
highly of life.
I like the good Star Treks. I just don't like the bad one.
What
Yeah,
is
you-
good and what is
I'm gonna
bad?
regret
He-
this.
he-
Which one's the bad
Anyway,
one?
I don't want to have this argument for the 4,000th time. David dislikes the best Star Trek.
Oh,
It's the worst
God.
one.
Star Trek. Voyager.
Anyway,
It better be Voyager.
No, I liked Voyager.
yeah,
Yeah,
we all know
yeah.
which one it is.
David,
Um,
you are really good.
Can we get back to Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk. What's going on here? Magpie or
Actually, we were
Magpie or
cargo
Magpie?
decks.
And
Refineries.
yes, the refinery decks. The refinery decks look good.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Can't
were
wait
we
to run
already
it.
at for refinery decks? Oh.
We've been watching the
we-
refinery decks for like 15 minutes, and no one has said anything about them, so I've moved on.
I'm getting a call from Sigma Risk Management.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Oh,
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like the company in like a doomsday zombie scenario that's like sent in to try and control the
Yeah.
threat. Sigma Risk Management. Zombies in your facility, we take them down. Just saying.
So this
These
is
rocks are really pretty.
This is them. They're repainting the surfaces of the planets. Once again, Frankfurt was like, so we were able to make it look prettier again. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, Magpie, what's my calling?
I'm a rock shady, the real rock shady. Please stand up. It's how do they do that? I don't know how.
Very carefully. I have no idea.
It's weird. So much more detail in.
Here's how they do it. Frankfurt are,
Hmm?
well, I mean, let's be honest, they're Germans, and that's it.
Yeah, I know it's what we do, but it's anyway. It's amazing, even for me. So
How many Germans does it take to change a light bulb?
9.
1. They're very efficient and not very funny.
Magpie, I've actually always
I can't
wanted
laugh
to do
about
radio
this
ad
joke.
lines. I'm not gonna lie. I would 100% do them.
You would be amazing at that. Also, their new rock texture looks incredible.
That sand texture actually just looks like a million footprints.
Yep, sure does.
Anyway, it
the
looks good.
footprints Look very good.
Maybe 2 million.
Thanks,
It's-
now I can't unsee.
No, you're never going to.
Do
It's-
you
it-
guys remember the first demo we saw about
Yes.
the dunes, which the first procedural planet, and now
Also-
this?
Pyro is looking
Oh,
amazing.
so-
Look at that
looks
moon.
so good. Look at that.
Ah, fuck yeah!
That
it's
looks
amazing.
so good.
Oh,
The mountain, the distance is which really amazes me. The mountains at the horizon. Hallelujah! I
That-
found heaven.
Yeah. Looks really good.
it looks really, really good.
And that's not a moon, as this is not a moon yet.
That's,
I-
It is a moon.
Yeah.
It's in the power system.
Not yet. It's not the same surface. The surface is just prototyped at the moment,
Oh, okay.
as I understand it, because it's
Yeah, they said they had basically just started with a
Like
only the assets they already had.
Precisely, and they are changing the assets and maybe adding some assets more, and the colors they are going to change. I'm amazed by that, and I'm very excited for Pyro. I just hope they get the
I
all the
I'm actually
technology.
going to be very angry if this is their. Oh no, this is just our first proof of concept. We're going to make it better, guys. Just be happy. Like no, just like this is your first proof of concept, and it's perfect. Done. Move on to the next planet. This is it. It's done. You're good.
Is it perfect? Because I don't think it's perfect.
Why
It's
not?
perfect, but it's good.
I mean, if you want me to nitpick it, I can nitpick it.
You know what? Have you ever actually nitpicked someone?
You-
sounds
coming on the
kink
show
shame me.
today was worth it just to see Shiver's expression right there.
Don't kink shame me. It's not cool.
Oh man.
Points of interest aren't there at the moment, and what we see is just some surface and some vegetation.
People
Definitely
might
good.
say that the Earth is only rocks and water, covered with some stuff.
Rocks and trees and trees and rocks and rocks and trees and trees and rocks and rocks and trees and trees and rocks and water.
Yep.
Don't
Yeah, but
forget
some people who
snakes
don't
on
believe
planes.
space exists. People are stupid.
Why do we need
People are-
cacti on the moon? We can have barren moons with no anything. Also, that mountain there, that's way more of a feature than you'd expect on a moon.
Not necessarily.
I love this mountain there. It's so beautiful.
It is. It really is.
I don't want to come near it because
I
then
want
it
to know
would-
what those two little fangs are in the center in this part.
Yeah, it's really yeah.
A crash ship.
Like I want to
Rocks.
see that.
Damn it, Shiver.
And actually, if you think about it, that you can walk there, you know, you can just go
Yeah.
all the way there, and it's maybe half an hour, but hey, you can walk there.
I was. I distinctly remember. How many people here played Oblivion?
What is Oblivion? Is it a good game?
It's the worst
Fourth
of
game of the
the. It's the worst of the modern Star Citizen or Star Citizens, Skyrims,
Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls. Yes, thank you.
It's
It's the one that they marketed the hell out of as having. Was it
I actually
Picard?
liked Oblivion more than Skyrim.
No, it was
Going
Leonard Nimoy.
intergalactic now.
Was it Leonard Nimoy?
No, it's Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, okay. It was the one that they
he's in it-
marketed.
He's in the game for like 3 seconds.
They marketed the hell out of having Patrick Stewart, and he dies in the first minute of the game. Spoilers?
Patrick Stewart.
What?
Anyway,
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yes, sorry.
that game was like, hey, you can like there's like a mountain over there and you can walk to it, but the game map is like it's big, but it's not big by modern standards. And then I look at stuff like this and I'm like,
My best for that is I still remember Borderlands 2. In one of the the E3 presentations of Borderlands 2, they were like, "Yeah, you see that mountain? You can go to it." And then the actual game comes out and it's all these like specifically crafted, you walk through like handcrafted and there was no open world to it at all. And it was like you just had to go there. You didn't have to lie. Like you didn't no one sat you down and were like
technically
made you do it. You just did
That's hilarious.
because you felt like it. Anyway.
Welcome
You
to
forgot the
marketing.
Blender Bender. There's a 6 video.
Oh, is there? Sorry.
Yeah.
I oh yes, there we go.
Just pointy picky.
No, that's okay. You know what? Sometimes I lose. Where am I?
You're on the moon.
Canada.
In
I'm.
Canada, Canada, Canada.
There are parts of Canada that look like the moon. Anyway,
Did someone see the morphologist video where he made habitat because of he saw that stuff which CIG made?
no.
Didn't see that.
But these look really good.
I'm excited to have more styles of habitat also, like big giant round ones.
Yeah, yeah. There
All those-
a lot of these initial concepts are really nice.
They look all Star Wars to me. Maybe
Yeah.
because they are white and just round. But they look all Star Wars to me.
No, they all look like the places on
Tatooine, Anna?
that planet Mos Eisley. What's the planet
Mos
there?
Eisley?
What's that planet? The one with the it's got like it's the one that
Two
dude
suns?
hangs on.
What
Jabba
is
the
it
Hutt.
that hangs on? Tatooine.
Tatooine.
God, no one. Okay, you all suck. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, we knew that already. What are you talking about?
Explain the joke that makes it funny.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you keep telling me that explaining the joke not make funny.
No, that's not true.
No. Explaining the joke makes a fun joke.
These
really
do
fun.
all look like Tatooine though.
So I wanted to mention that they were talking about what they were talking about during this is that they do want. First of all, they didn't want very many of the buildings to look pristine because it's unlikely that many of them are pristine. Secondly, they did say that they were working on shaders so that they could make sure that the buildings actually looked like they were made from the material on the planet that they're on. So that's pretty cool.
That's useful also. Using the materials from the planet is a very useful thing to do.
I love these shots, these like concept shots of like base setups and stuff.
I
Really.
want to see them set these up, but in places that make sense. So like having having like cities, like little tiny conglomerates around. Oh, it makes sense that they're there because there's a giant mine that they're mining out, or there's a huge reason. Like there's got to be a reason for them to be there. Why is Mos Eisley where it is, or is it just convenient? It's just there, like.
With the Star Wars fandom, there's an entire backstory to it. You can guarantee it.
Oh, I'm sure there is, but it's all been crossed out and written over by the new movies anyway, so it doesn't count anymore.
Maybe it's because I'm drunk, but I want to mention I want to mention the one fact that I find it amazing that I have an opinion about white buildings made in Blender from a company, and they're showing me some concepts. I'm really feeling something about that. I have an interest in that.
You know what?
amazing,
That's actually a good point. Like, this is stuff that I see sometimes in like these will show up in those making of books, right?
Yeah, the art of whatever. Books,
Yeah, the art of this game, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna skip that page. That's cool. And I mean, CIG has been showing us that for 12 years, and we just lap it up.
Let me suck that cock.
Basically, yeah.
Shiver's desperately trying not to laugh. It's great.
Shiver? Laugh? No, he's English. He's never heard of a sense of humor.
No, that's
I'm
German.
all red here.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Oh, so red.
It's true. I do
I'm with my
find
pie on this one.
What's that, Mac?
They're just habitats. They look cool. Nice work. I'm not going to offer fellatio over them.
No,
Why
and
not?
But-
Why not?
They're not
Shiver.
fellatio worthy.
Okay, what would be fellatio worthy?
Fellatio.
The Polaris. Okay, I'll remember that.
Mm. But it's just a thing in a game, and we are amazed by it. So I'm pretty happy about my life actually. That it turned out that I'm happy about those kind of things. I
You
don't
know what?
if I
You-
should shame myself for it.
You know
or
what?
if
Someone earlier this week was telling me that I need to stop focusing on the negative and start focusing on things that make me happy. And you know what? If a bunch of habitats in a space video game make me happy, then what's wrong with that? You know?
fuck yeah.
Shiver specifically, who told me that I need to.
I was just thinking that's really good advice.
I wonder who gave that advice. Man, he's a smart guy. Oh, man. Oh. So,
I want to get to questions, but we only have 3, and that's not enough.
we need more.
We need more questions, because otherwise,
So, well, let's take a side trip then into the showdown, since it has been happening.
oh yeah, there's that
We
thing.
can talk about it for a while.
I don't want to talk about it because there's only one ship that matters, and it's not even in the showdown.
David.
Here,
shut
I'm
up
gonna
with
show it to y'all.
I have no clue about the showdowns, to be honest. But I want to mention, honorable mention, last week's SCL, what's it called? Stars
Star
Alive?
Citizen Live.
Yep.
Was wonderful. They were just balling. They were just talking about the showdown and having fun.
Yeah, it
And
was good.
it reminded me on the good old times where they had the all hang together, and it was it relaxed me, and I watched it from beginning to the end. Yesterday I watched Benoit and Ahmed, and I knew all the faces, but the first thing I saw was turbulent. Woo! But yeah. It was good, definitely, but I like also to see CIG relax on some.
I
Party.
miss those reverse the verse shows where they just
Mm,
where there'd be an entire hour and all they talked about was what they were going to order for lunch at the various food trucks down the street. And it was like, I really want to try that grilled cheese that you're talking up.
yeah,
You know, that's it. That was the entire point. And then someone would come in and be like, "Here's a hint. Here's what we're doing with weapon balancing," and they'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. About that cheeseburger that we're gonna go get."
yeah.
I miss those days.
Oh, man. So I actually disagree with the current vote. The current vote that's going on. There's 19 hours left in it. I know the Cutlass Black is going to win. It's going up against the Avenger Titan. I like the Avenger more.
The thing is, the Cutlass is a horrible, horrible ship piloted exclusively by
Very nice Star Citizen fans.
no, among the worst people. Only bad people fly Cutlasses.
I had one for a while.
Yeah, and you're a
But
bad person.
It was gifted to me though.
I want now a fight between Eris and Shiver.
Go
I
ahead,
want,
Shiver.
I want those
He
two to
can't
fight.
fly his way out of a paper bag.
You've never seen me fly.
That's because you crash.
Point.
No, it's actually my computer that crashed because it couldn't handle Star Citizen and streaming at the same time.
True.
Sure.
Bet you wish you had a Ryzen CPU then, don't you?
I do have one.
It's sitting
What I
in-
wish I had was a graphics card to go with it.
Me too.
I don't know. I find I don't like this ship showdown. Like,
Why
who the
not?
hell? Why would you put the Carrack, which is? I mean, let's be really, really clear. They didn't actually need to do a ship showdown because it's going to come down to two ships. It's going to be the Carrack versus the Cutlass. That's it.
How did you know that though?
Cutlass?
Because the Caterpillar won it last year. So
I'm just saying it's going to be the Carrack and the Cutlass.
I think it will be.
How-
Yeah,
How do I come to the ship showdown? I don't know.
I don't.
it's right in the front page of the RSI website. But I can link it to you if you want.
First. No, I
Hey.
have it. I have it here.
Like it's going to be the Carrack versus the Cutlass. That's it.
It will. Yes.
Actually, I mean, Magpie has got a very good point. Who the fuck even cares? It doesn't
Me.
have any bearing. If you don't like it and you're not interested, just ignore it.
Oh,
If
I
you
have
are
been.
interested
I
and
have
like
been
it,
ignoring it, but I
Ignore
run.
it.
And then,
I'm an
and then
idiot.
jerks like
but,
me
but
are like,
Shiver,
we need to talk about the shit.
Shiver.
ship
I'm an
showdown.
idiot, and I've for the past like 5 years, I've run a weekly Star Citizen podcast, which means I have to pay attention to the ship showdown. It's news.
I don't.
I have to say it's a little bit like football. You have to get personally invested at some point. Maybe
Never.
what it does for you is betting money. For some people, it's betting money. But on the other hand, I'm wondering: is there some?
It's like
Uh,
football. You gotta get personally invested.
No, I gotta say, you know what I would be more interested in the ship showdown for? You know what I think they should do next year instead of instead of a showdown of ships that already exist, give us a ship showdown of ships that don't exist yet, and the one that wins gets made.
That would be amazing. I think that's
Then-
that's
then I'd
actually-
care.
That's like a legitimately great idea that you need to share with Jared and Tyler.
But didn't we get the
Call it
Kraken that
something
way?
like. They could call it something like the next great starship.
No, because it's
Except
not
much,
made
much
by other.
easier.
It's not made by
Yeah.
other people.
Much easier to do.
I
Okay.
I miss the next great starship. Was
I
a
think. I mean,
great big concept.
I think that we got that. Like a very small version of that was what gave us the Kraken, and I was
Yeah.
late. And a CitizenCon very very small version of it at CitizenCon gave us the Rock. The
No.
RLC.
Yeah.
No aesthetics are shown.
I remember.
They do.
Oh no,
two, they do
just concepts.
No. Even better. They do two separate things. One, they do the concept. It's just the concept and the role of the ship, and then the next week, or the next time, they do another one, which is just the aesthetic, and then they match the aesthetic that won to the concept that won.
Yes, it would be great because we'd end up with something totally messed up, like we did originally. How we got Anvil making the Carrack years ago, and CIG was like, "What the hell did they vote for?"
Okay,
Yeah.
we've got enough questions now. Thank you, Tipitarius.
Before we go to the questions,
Yeah.
I'm wondering: do we get any? Does CIG get something valuable out of this showdown, or is it just for fun for us?
There's a ship sale, but I mean,
I think it's a ship sale, and it's something that keeps us interested during a not as great patch season.
Okay, so you think they don't get any information where the next ship may
No.
should be, or what role?
No,
it should
they've
be,
got
or-
all that information already.
Says
They know
no.
what we like. They know the sales
also
numbers.
the other thing was the other parts of this was that it was a free fly for 2 weeks, which brought in new people, and also for I guess for us. Oh, and there were deals on starter packs for any new people who joined the free fly, and also what was I going to say? Oh, and for the people who are actually like voting in it, whatever ship wins will get something like a new skin or something like that, or maybe a new variant. I don't know, but
Okay, here we go.
I
Question
try
time.
to get my colleagues into Star Citizen
Didn't
because
work.
I need people to play with. It's
Hate
not
them.
as like they see the game and they understand directly. Oh, that takes time.
that's so true. Uh,
Uh,
Yep,
uh,
that's fair.
I can't blame them for that conclusion.
Tipitarius asks, how much would you want to dock with the derelict ship, slowly explore it, and then find yourself hunted by an alien-like creature that's murdered the derelict's crew?
A lot. Yes, please. That's exactly the type of thing that would be amazing to play.
Yep.
I would give you Tofu's left testicle.
That's very selfless of you.
Thank you, Tofu. This next one, Shiver, if you remember back to last week, you were like, "No, I want to answer that question before we finish the show," and I was like, "No, we're done the show. It's the time's up. You can answer it next week." I hope you remember your answer from last week. Ashley asked, "You get to travel back to 2010. What do you tell Chris Roberts?"
Gamer Nexus was a good decision to let interview you.
Yes,
Can you do it again?
several times.
Hmm?
Unfortunately, they don't cover games anymore.
Get it. I don't think anyone's going to get my reference, but don't open it.
Okay.
I don't get it.
If anyone gets that reference from like 2005, I love you and I want your babies.
Can I answer this now?
Yes, you can.
Clue is a beak.
There are a couple things I would tell him. Besides platform and web services, don't use outside studios. And never give dates, ever, until the game's actually out.
Pretty good one. Pretty good one.
Like at all. Just release the game when it's done, but don't tell
No,
anybody.
I've got it.
it's out.
I've got it. I have. Hold on. I
Full
have the
transparency
answer.
from the beginning.
I have the answer. Just wait 6 months for the next Unreal Engine.
Yeah, that might not have been a bad idea either.
No thanks, I don't want another Epic exclusive.
Well, I don't know. Star Citizen is $300 million.
Unreal
They're probably
Engine,
fine without the
thank you.
extra $1 million.
But
My serious answer would be just build your own bloody engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably would have been faster in the long term. Like the problem was that he didn't know how successful the game was going to be, right?
Yeah.
And building your own engine is really hard, but it's now looking like it probably would have been a good idea. But that's like hindsight, man. It's great.
Yeah, but at this
on
point,
on the other side, we got all the CryEngine engineers.
yeah.
Hey, I should have. That's what we should tell him. 2010. Buy CryEngine. Buy all of the
CryEngine.
employees. No, buy all the employees from Crytek because they have no money. And then just build a brand new engine using their engine team.
Ashley asked, what would you give to see Sean MechWarrior Tracy in charge of vehicle design?
A direwolf.
Honestly, not much. I'm pretty happy with the people that are in charge of vehicle design, to be honest. I think I like...
Says the guy who hates every ship.
Well, yeah, because they're all horrible. I prefer Sean knows what he's talking about when it comes to video games, in charge of making the video game feel good.
Yeah, he likes Sean's endeavor. More or less. Endeavor.
Yeah.
But Sean is so much more than just a ship. He has a vision, and I like his talk about his visions. And I don't want him in a vehicle only spot.
Yeah. I like
my
him
answer
with
to that.
with vision, with oversight, not just...
That doesn't mean that the people which do vehicles are crap. It's just that I like Sean talk about everything.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
what? Who is the guy who does the? Uh, I love him. The rockabilly guy. He likes rock and roll, definitely. Austin. Is he Austin? I don't know.
Give us some more vague details.
He makes ships designs. He did the data runner from, was it Drake? I don't know.
Josh Coons?
Coons. Oh, I love his designs.
There you go. You see, all you needed was some more vague details, and we got that.
Yeah. Coons.
Tipitarius asks, how do you
massage his feet? Because I believe then we get an even much more compelling design. He makes just wonders happen.
I'm gonna pull that line out at some point in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Tipitarius asks, how do you envision NPC gameplay working? Things like using them on ships or such.
Ooh. I have one.
Go.
Okay. My friend the other day, he went behind the bar in what was it, Lovell?
Yep.
And the barkeeper said, "Keep the fuck out." And I was, whoa. That I didn't expect that. They really had. They explained us the concept for barkeepers 2 years ago, roundabout. And they are now so on the verge to getting it done, more or less. The barkeeper just said, keep out of here and don't get behind the bar, and he looked straight forward, so it wasn't really. But on the other hand, I could see, hey, they had the logic for that in place.
Yep.
So that was really amazing to see, actually. So if they continue and if they keep the effort, I can see amazing things happen. For example, a barkeeper going behind the bar, going to the guy which went behind the bar and throwing him out, for example, or just shooting him because it's easier to do. But hey, he earned it.
I like that. Just accidentally you're jumping through the station, just accidentally jump behind a bar and just BAM! God.
Yeah, a warning might be a good thing before that, but yeah.
No warnings.
Absolute classic and amazing game, Dragon Age Origins.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're a little
Know
quiet, Shiv.
how the companion system works in that game, where you
Yep.
can give a set of orders and things like that to your companions. I envision something like that, but actually works.
See, I think it'll be somewhat automated, just because of the realities of like operating a starship or a spaceship. But I think you can be like, to your engineer, you should be able to say, I want you to repair the engines, and he'll go do it, and he can do all the parts of it himself, like going and getting the parts and going and installing them. That's my hope, anyway. I think they'll need that. I think they'll.
That's 4 times longer than needed, just so he gets the reputation as a miracle worker.
That's an O'Brien tip right there.
That's a Scotty tip.
Well, O'Brien used it too.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Ooh, it's green.
I envision NPCs being completely broken and not working at all for an incredibly long time. NPCs tend to be one of the hardest things in any video game to do, and in a video game as complicated as Star Citizen, I seriously worry about how they are going to implement them. I really hope they do. I really hope that they can make them functional, but it is one of the harder endeavors in video game design. So when I think of my end goal for NPCs. I just want them to not be annoying. I want it to not detract too seriously from my fun. That's it.
That's a decent wish, but on the other hand, I have to say I don't think it's very hard. I just think that there aren't many people who can do that job.
Yeah.
One thing CIG was struggling the most with is getting AI people on board, and I think a big amount of those works they have to do is primarily for Squadron 42 and not for the bigger universe. And the bigger universe is a struggle on its own because server interaction, syncing servers with
Yep.
our clients, and so on and so on. That's very struggling thing to do. On the other hand, and they only can have one capacity for that and 4 other capacities for Squadron 42, which may also sync with servers. We don't know yet, but some things will be multiplayer, I hope. So, yeah, I'm really excited for Squadron.
Next one, Tipitarius asks, what do you want to see out of these new outposts that are being built? Would you like to own one? What would you like to put in it? I just want to see them as options for the outpost building ship to build. Like, I just want more options. That's all.
Yeah.
What I want to
Test
put
is an option of that.
What I want to put in one? Honestly, not much. I just want to have like a little outpost out front of mine and go down and mine 12 hours a day, come back out mine, some crops, eat some corn, go back down mine 12 hours a day, come
We're
back
playing
out
Minecraft now.
mine. Yeah,
It's build and play Deep Rock Galactic.
basically, yeah. I just want to a place to go between my mining trips.
Yeah, like pilots playing Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. Is a place to store my mind crap on the surface of a planet would be really nice. Because I want to mine for a while and then switch over to my transport ship and then transport all of it.
I'm glad that Shiver didn't get back in time to hear that accent of mine because it might have killed him. Next question, also from Tipitarius. Or no, sorry, this one's from Your Knickers.
What?
Your Knickers asks, Heremus, what the hell is that painting in your background?
It's a dragon from a friend of mine. She painted it for me to my birthday. No, I'm not that old. 15 years ago.
Nice.
15,
Tacked onto that,
20 years.
tacked onto Your Knickers question is also pineapple on pizza. Yep.
Love pineapple on pizza.
Hawaiian pizza is probably the 3rd or 4th best flavor of pizza.
Also,
Help me, I'm on a podcast with psychopaths. Help me.
Pineapple on some deluxe pizzas is also quite good.
Ham and pineapple on a pizza
I'm
is...
living in Sweden. They eat very complicated, weird things. I leave it at that.
I mean, look.
You tried an Irish accent? There was this time I was
No, I
walking
wasn't
around the
trying
city,
Irish.
and I saw the most amazing news headline: Cork man drowns. And I thought to myself, now how does that happen?
Look, Canada has invented some of the better food out there. Poutine. Poutine is just the best.
Never eaten it.
You should. Take French fries, cover it in cheese, and then pour on like the hot brown gravy and then just eat it. Amazing. It's honestly the best. Beaver tails, which are lovely.
yeah. Gotta love beaver tails.
Pardon me.
Beaver
That's
tails.
two.
Beaver
That's
tails.
that's two entendres in one title. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great, isn't it?
Look, we know what we're doing, okay? Don't worry,
what is
Miami. I've tried that, but seriously, ham and pineapple on a pizza, that's a Hawaiian. You should actually go though for a Polynesian, which is ham, bacon, and pineapple on a pizza. Polynesian's even better than Hawaiian. Your stomach
tried
will
that,
love.
actually, because I've listened to you, Eris, and I tried that, and I have to say it's not bad, but I'm more Hawaiian, definitely. So
Okay.
the bacon definitely is a good addition, but doesn't fit so well with pineapple, in my opinion.
I like the bacon strips as an addition. I think that really helps it. But the point is, pineapple on
Welcome to
pizza is
the
great.
Relay Culinary
Yes.
podcast.
Oh, I would do a relay culinary podcast in a second.
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would.
I love me some food. Okay, Tip asks, what do you want to see out of pets? Should pets come with little spacesuits so they don't get spaced when you inevitably open a door and there's just space outside?
Yes.
1, yes. 2, all pets should actually be androids or cloned.
That's actually not a bad idea.
That way they don't die.
I think I like the all pets are androids idea. That's kind of a cool. That'd be kind of a cool story note.
The other thing is,
Then we'd know
pets.
whether or not electric. Then we'd know whether or not robot sheep have electric dreams.
The other thing
was the
is,
pets
pets have to be invincible.
question?
What do you want to see out of pets?
Oh, out of
Like pets in
feature
game.
creep. Okay. Yeah, Chris Roberts' dog is one thing I want to see. He died, unfortunately, so he must be an android.
In the game.
Yeah.
I
There's no
I
way.
want pets to be invincible. I don't think you should be able to shoot someone else's pet, because then you'd be a cop.
What about kids? I think we
No,
should
they're
be able to shoot
fair.
kids,
They're
'cause
fair game.
I don't give a fuck about.
They're
your
fair
kids.
game. Kids are fair game. Just no pets.
Okay.
No, what
Yeah,
might actually be neat for pets is for you to have. I'd like there to be like small pets that hang around your ship, like your ship's cat or your ship's budgie, or your ship's lizard. But I'd like a.
own space whale.
That's I think that was going to be my answer.
I mean, you
We
guys
need
can
a
have
beagle
space
called
whales. I want a
Porthos.
space llama. I want a llama with just a helmet, a space helmet to follow me on my trips onto planets, and I can like store stuff on my space llama.
Is it going to be
I-
played by Matt?
Yes.
I don't want to be weird now, but do you want actually your best friend or one of your friends, I just exaggerating here now, to be your pet in a
Yes.
way, more or less, and domesticating your friend?
Yes.
Apparently.
Okay.
Don't make it weird, Tofu.
Oh, I'm on my way. To
Oh,
make
I
it
know.
really weird.
Oh, I know. I want a beagle, but not called Porthos. I want a beagle called Dog Tanyan.
Dog Tanyan, I like it.
Right. Next question from Tip.
You're living in Japan now, what? It's
What
Ghost in the Shell to have a beagle.
People with culture will appreciate that pun.
what ship do you wish would win the current ship showdown, and what skin would you like it to get as a reward?
I want the Carrick to win, and I want it to get a Starfleet skin.
Okay, Shiver.
I want the freelancer to win. I don't want it to have a skin that says "fuck you, Eris."
Freelancer wasn't even in the competition, man.
The question
Heremus.
question was what I want to win.
I always thought the Carrack is an ugly ship, but on the other hand, I thought the role of a Carrack was the best thing about it, and for that, it was my favorite ship. Um, I want the what is it called? Beta.
Mustang.
Mustang Beta to
Yeah.
be
Okay.
the exploration variant of the Mustang. I think was better. I'm not
Mhm.
sure. But
Yeah, that's the one.
anymore. Mhm.
Yep.
The Bang Stang.
The bank
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I want skins for it too, like a Bang Stang. So
The ships
with
are rocking,
flames on
don't
it.
come a knocking.
Yeah, right. Bumper stickers, full
Um,
blown bumper stickers on it.
Today I learned Tofu's a redneck.
I want so
All right, David.
I want the Reclaimer to win. And I want it to get a white front, green back design. Like waste management garbage trucks that are like white in the front and green in the back. I want it to look like a garbage truck. I want it to have like garbage truck livery.
Okay. We'll put a big WM on the side for you.
Yeah.
Sounds great to me.
Tip also asks the next one. Why is the Carrack the best ship, and why will you use it to do everything in Star Citizen? This gets asked every week, and that's how I know it's a troll question, because the Carrack is not the best ship. The Carrack is middling at best, and it can't do most of the things in Star Citizen, like be useful, or have fun in it, or look good, or be interesting, or have any redeeming qualities at all.
You are trolling very hard.
The Carrack is considered the best ship because a huge chunk of the Star Citizen backers want exploration to be a thing.
Yeah, but they also backed Star Citizen, so really, how smart are they?
About as smart as you, my friend.
And the
If you
Carrack
want a Carrack, you
is
have to back
dedicated to
Star Citizen.
exploration. So it's basically, a huge amount of backers want exploration. Here is a ship dedicated to exploration. What could go wrong in that instance? The only way that ship could be better would be if it was straight out Star Trek.
It would be
I'm
the only way that could be
100%
better
with
if
Shiva in
is
that point.
is if it were
100%.
like the Endeavor that's just better in every way than the Carrack.
Yeah, but the Endeavor is an all-in-one.
And it's better.
So the only way that I
Farming
think
is still a thing I'm worrying about, actually.
so, why is Carrack the best ship? It has a lot of capability for its role for exploration. It can do lots of different things. So it can do ground exploration with its ground vehicle that it comes with. It has a scout on board, so you can more
Sell
completely.
cookies.
Yeah, of course. Sell cookies to the aliens by flying your scout down from orbit. And
Get back to
yeah, maybe two. And the only thing, this wasn't part of the question, but the only thing that I would like it to have, and I've mentioned this before, is I think that it should at least have the ability to carry a single outpost in one of its modular bays, so that it can place an outpost.
You know what could do that? The Endeavor.
No, it can't.
follow up.
Sure it can. It
Follow-up
just
question
lands
for
its
you,
entire
Aris.
front half, and the back half is an outpost. What's that, Shiver?
How do you feel about the concept of the Carrack? Forget the actual ship, just the concept behind a dedicated exploration ship. Are you at least behind that, or are you again that?
No, I've always been behind the Carrack as a ship. Actually, I dislike how popular it is in direct yeah, it's a cool concept. It's great. It expanded exploration. I like that. But I feel like the Carrack got this sort of like holy grail of this is the absolute best ship that it doesn't really deserve, because there's a lot of other ships that added similar stuff
That's why I
that
like
have been
the,
completely ignored.
That's why I love the Pioneer.
That's fair.
And that's why I said beta, actually.
Yeah, like,
Fair
but
enough.
but the Reclaimer, the Star Runner, there's so many other ships that have added such interesting stuff. The BMM, the Merchantman is up there. Like there are
Yeah.
all these other
Wow,
ships.
there's a freaking legion of Merchantman fans.
There is, but there's always more Carrick fans. Like the Carrick is
extremely popular.
it's extremely popular, and there isn't that much reason for it. Like it's not.
There is.
It's overrated.
Do people? Here's a question: do people need a reason to like something?
Yes.
I think
Why?
there's a reason why people like the Carrick more than anything else.
What is that?
Herd mentality.
The Carrick is the first ship which is independent. You can go everywhere with it without relying on anything else. You can go into deep space. You can explore. Jump
fight?
points with it.
No, because that was
Yeah,
the
you
idea
can.
behind the Freelancer Dur.
I put it to you, sir.
How can
The-
you go? How
the-
can you go into another star system with a freelancer Dirk?
That was the entire point of the Freelancer. When it was announced, the Freelancer was the smallest ship or the largest ship that could fit through the smallest jump point. That was the entire point of the Freelancer, was its ability
Yeah, that's
to
not
explore.
what he's saying, though.
I
That's
know,
not what
but
he's saying, though.
but like
No, but you took his point and you changed it to be some other point. It's not the same point. They're different points.
I don't know.
The Dur
What if-
can go through any jump point. The Carrick cannot.
Right.
Yep.
But the Dur was
Carrick.
supposed to be the long. It was the original long distance exploration thing.
still
Why
is.
does it? But why doesn't it have the love that the Carrick does?
Because it's a two-seater and because it doesn't have a
You
scout
can't.
ship or a rover on
You
board.
can't tell me that anyone has more than two friends.
Even
People have
two friends would
friends?
be even two friends would be too many. You wouldn't have a place to put them. There's only one seat, one other seat in the
No,
frame.
no. There are
getting
4
two of your
seats.
friends into the same game is also a
There are
very,
4 seats in a Freelancer.
very
There are
hard.
4 seats, but 2 of them
job.
get to stare at the wall all the time.
I mean, that's half of
Sorry,
Star
Shiver,
Citizen
what were you
anyway.
going to say?
I put it to you that the Carrick, at least one factor in the popularity of the Carrick is size, the amount it can do, no competition.
That is
No
very
competition
Size doesn't matter.
whatsoever.
Size doesn't matter. Competition.
no,
you know
no,
what?
no.
No. Hang on. Because everyone's
Size does matter.
No,
if,
Shiver.
there was a Crusader Carrick, imagine what a Crusader.
You know what everyone's
equivalent of a
forgetting
Carrick
about
might be like.
size
Imagine
and things that can
others,
do
that would be
everything?
nice.
There's this ship. It was actually the most popular ship for a long time. It's called the Constellation. We haven't mentioned it in a long time. It's got a scout rover. It's got a base, like a leech ship. It can do most of the things that the Carrick can do. It even has an exploration variant.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a very popular ship. A lot of people have a Connie.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not the most in favor right now because the Constellation is not
It's
new.
old on the
It's an old ship. That's why.
Yeah.
The Carrick is also an old ship, though. What about the
It
turtle?
was made last year.
What about
concept is old.
the concept
not
is
the
ancient.
ship is old.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about the actual ship itself.
Yeah, but I'm saying that people
Don't
are
forget,
fickle.
3 years is old now.
I'm saying
Yes.
that people are fickle.
The
I like
concept
the
is-
newest
Dude,
thing.
You're a
I like
PC You're a PC gamer. We used to have to replace our PCs every 3 years.
I've gone 6 years. I'm great. Anyway,
I said used to.
we've
It
got
used to be a
3.
thing. You'd have
we
like
have-
2.5
we have 2
years, then your
minutes.
computer would be crap.
I'm enjoying really my time today.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
This is a great show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Carrick needs competition. It's
It
a
does,
niche.
yeah.
It's a dedicated ship for exploration. Exploration is one of the most sought after things. There is one large ship dedicated to exploration.
Yeah.
At some point, there needs to be more.
You
Yes.
could configure an
100%.
endeavor to do exploration, but it wouldn't. It'd be a little unwieldy.
True. Okay, so you got two
Connie can do
potential ships for
exploration.
long-range
There's the
exploration.
300i, right?
How long are you going to live in a 300i for?
Not long,
300
admittedly,
well, not
but
a
a
300i,
Connie.
315p. Is
Sorry,
the
315p.
exploration.
How long are you going to
sure.
live in a Connie for? Compare it with the Carrack, which is what we're saying is the long-range exploration vessel.
So, Freelancer Dirk,
Compared with COVID,
Connie.
you need some space.
What else?
Being locked up in a 315 or in an Aurora,
Well,
it makes you
that's it.
insane.
That's going to be the new Carrack rival. Some Crusader's going to bring out the COVID-19 to rival the Carrack.
You can stay away from people from so long.
Each space is 6 feet away from each other space, and it's completely self-isolated. It has no environmental engineering on the ship whatsoever, so you are forced to wear a mask at all times. And there's one word that I probably can't say on Twitch who refuses to say it, and you're legally allowed to kick him out of the ship while he insists it's his legal right to remain on the ship, and the ship does not exist.
Forgot about it. I always forget about
It's
it.
a leech craft called the Karen.
I always forget about it, but the Reliant also has an exploration variant. Always
does.
forget about the Reliant.
These are very small ships, so they won't be able to do a lot.
that. I want to buy that, but there isn't a real concept right now.
Oh man, you're a genius.
So the
Shiver.
Terrapin,
The Terrapin is very purpose built, though. It's to get in and out of and explore very dangerous areas.
right? But it's still
not-
exploration.
It is an exploration ship. Yeah.
The Polaris could kind of, I mean, it's more combat, but it could do the same for around the same size.
You could probably explore in a caterpillar if you felt like it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about. Now I'm sounding.
600i.
Like thinking a ship. No,
The 600i has an
600i
Explorer.
is a VIP
again-
boat.
There is a
Again,
600i
you're taking-
Explorer.
It's an Explorer, but it's not dedicated to filling the role. It's a converted touring ship. It's not made for it. It's like when they first ever did carrier ships in real life. They took battleships, stripped off the guns, and put deck plates on it. Yeah, it worked, but it never fulfilled the role like a dedicated carrier did.
The Corsair.
Why do I know that?
What about
Where'd that piece of information come from?
What about the Drake Corsair?
What?
that
That
was
ship
a long time
totally.
ago.
That ship totally escaped my notice.
I mean, that's...
Oh, that
again,
ship! That ship was
It-
cool.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
It's
it's.
putting a ship that's...
I mean-
it's not really made for exploration into the role of export. Yeah, sure, you can do it.
It's exploration. It says right on it.
Yeah,
It's
Anyway.
it's a privateer.
it's a
type
long
ship,
time
isn't
ago
it?
that we saw that ship actually.
It is a long time.
On the other hand, in point of Drake, a friend of mine, he liked the Drake data runner. From and I was just okay. He loved the concept and everything about it and the big fat drive it had. But on the other hand, I don't think he knew what data running means and the profession it is in. And on the one hand, I like the thing that this thing has only one profession and it's only good what its drives behind it propels. But on the other hand, I was thinking, what about the people which like their ships but can't choose the profession because they like a ship? It's
Yeah.
a little bit frustrating on one side.
Yeah.
As-
That's where there needs
So
to be alternatives.
I do have to say we do have a couple more questions, but we're going to save them for next year because we're actually over time.
Next
which
year?
means-
Yeah.
Next year,
We're
yeah.
not- you're just-
It's
we're
been
outta
good.
here.
I mean, I know 2020 in a week feels like a year, but do you mean that literally?
Yes, yes. I want to say thank you all so much for coming out. Shiver, do you have anything to announce?
Oh shit, I do actually, don't I? 2
Oh, shit.
hours time. over on twitch.tv/Table of Horrors. We're doing Star Trek Adventures with that beautiful man up there.
Hi.
Stormy, CS, other people who's at this point in time I can't remember because I've already been awake since 3 a.m. I've got something very, very special planned for the second
excited.
half. It's going to be amazing. Next week, next week, in fact, 7 days is another episode of Vampire the Masquerade, which is also going to... Oh, I'm working on getting a very special guest for that as well.
Excellent.
Awesome. And we will also be back on Tuesday.
Yep.
Thank you,
Unnamed
Bryson.
Game Show.
For Tuesday, join us Tuesday for the Unnamed Games Show. We're going to talk video games and stuff. Yeah.
I will be here for next week's show, the 26th, and then I will be missing 2 shows in a row, as I will be in the bushes.
I will be missing next week's show. We'll figure stuff out. Anyway, Heremus.
Any
Hang on,
space
hang on. I think it's only fair we mention that Jake is doing a Star
Yep.
Wars TTRPG
Yeah.
over on the Astro Pub.
was
I have
listening
no idea
before
what
that.
time that works out as, but I know it's at 2:14 in the morning in JST.
It's actually before this show.
It's about 2 hours before this show that it starts over at the Astro Pub.
I was listening before, and he was doing a great job. So
I'm not at all surprised.
Yeah. Heremus, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for doing the gift
Yeah,
work
thank
every
you.
week.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone in chat, for joining us. And hey, stay safe, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.